4 fish. That's what the guy with the $2,200 Shimano setup walked away with after 4 hours on Lake Erie. 4 fish. New rod, new reel. $40 scent spray. Waders that cost more than some people's rent. 4 fish. The old man, 3 docks down, he never touched a tackle shop. He showed up with a dented coffee can, a pocket knife, and a grocery bag from Kroger that cost him $4.73. He pulled 29 catfish out of that same water. Same 4 hours. Same lake. And the worst part? He wasn't even watching his lines that close. He was eating a sandwich. If you've ever spent serious money on gear and watched someone with basically nothing outfish you, hit subscribe right now. Because what I'm about to show you, your local tackle shop will never teach you. They can't afford to. Here's the thing. That coffee can wasn't just bait. It was a machine. A continuous chumming system that the fishing industry doesn't want you to know about because it costs $4.73 and it works better than anything they sell for $35 on the shelf. Old-timers up and down the Mississippi River used this for 40 years before the industry convinced everyone they needed a spray bottle with a fancy label. The item? Chicken livers, whole kernel corn, 3 garlic cloves, and 1 plastic bottle or coffee can with holes drilled in it. Total at checkout, $4.73. And that same rig lasts you 30 fishing trips. But the chum system is just one piece of the puzzle. And if you don't understand why this works at the biological level, you're going to set it up wrong and wonder why it failed. Stick with me, because what comes next is going to change how you read water forever. Real quick, I need to tell you about something. The chum system works, but it works even better when you understand how to read the water underneath it, where to drop it, how to find the structure fish actually use to hunt. That's exactly what the ebook High-Level Fishing. The water game breaks down. Reading current, identifying submerged structure, predicting fish behavior by temperature and season. Stuff the old guys knew by feel that this book puts into plain language. Right now, it's down to $14.92 from the full $90.99. Link is in the description. Grab it. Come back. Because now I'm going to show you exactly why the $4.73 setup works better than anything with a brand name on it. Here's what the fishing industry hopes you never actually look up. Fish have a sense of smell that operates at a level most people can't even picture. They detect amino acids, the proteins that come off decomposing organic matter, at concentrations measured in parts per billion. Parts per billion. That's like dropping 1 drop of coffee into an Olympic swimming pool and a catfish smelling it from the deep end. Their olfactory system is wired directly to their feeding response, not their thinking, their instinct. When fermented chicken liver starts breaking down in water, it releases those amino acids in a continuous stream, not a one-time smell. A trail, a moving cloud of scent that spreads with the current, hits the nose of every fish within 100 yards and pulls them toward the source, like they're on a leash. The fish isn't deciding to eat. The fish is reacting. The predatory response fires before the brain catches up. And that's only half of it. Fish also have a lateral line, a sensory organ that runs the length of their body and detects vibrations and pressure changes in the water column. When your chumming system is suspended and moving slightly with the current, it creates a micro-disturbance, a pulse. The lateral line reads that pulse as something alive, something struggling, something worth investigating. So you're hitting 2 completely separate sensory systems at the same time, olfactory and mechanical. And both of them are screaming, food. That's why the old man caught 29 fish with a coffee can. not luck. Biology. And now that you understand the why, the recipe is going to make complete sense. But before I give it to you, you need to know one thing about timing that most people get completely backwards. And it's going to flip how you think about when you even start your setup. Here's the recipe, exactly how I build it and exactly what it costs. You need a plastic bottle. A 32-oz Gatorade bottle works perfectly, or a coffee can if you still have one in the garage. Drill or punch about 20 small holes across the whole surface. Nothing fancy. A nail and a hammer gets it done in 2 minutes. This is your release chamber. Inside, 1 pound of chicken livers from Walmart, 1.49s. 1 can of whole kernel corn, drained, 0.89s. 3 cloves of garlic, crushed. Not minced, crushed, so the oils release, 0.20. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 0.15. Mix everything inside the bottle, seal it, and let it sit for 24 to 48 hours at room temperature before your trip. Do not skip this step. This is where the breakdown happens. The proteins in the chicken liver begin fermenting, the garlic oils blend into the liquid, and the amino acid concentration goes through the roof. After 48 hours, you've got a scent weapon. Total cost, $4.73, and that one bottle gives you 30 to 40 fishing sessions if you store it sealed in the fridge between trips. Compare that to the commercial chum spray at Bass Pro Shops, $32 to $38 a bottle, 6 to 8 trips before it's gone, and half those ingredients are synthetic. You're paying $35 for a product that performs worse than chicken livers from a cooler case. To deploy it, tie paracord through the top of the bottle and anchor it about 18 inches off the bottom, up current from where you're fishing. The holes release a slow, constant scent trail that drifts right past your hook. You're not just waiting for fish to find you, you're dragging them in from 50 to 80 yards away. Refill takes 3 minutes. 1 trip to Kroger, $1 and a few cents. If you've got a buddy who's still burning through $35 sprays every few weeks, send him this video right now. Seriously, forward it. He's going to remember you every time he looks at his bank account after a fishing trip, and that's a good feeling. But here's where most people waste a perfect setup. And it's not the recipe. It's where and when they deploy it. Because you can build the best chum system in the world and still go home empty if you put it in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Position matters more than most fishermen want to admit. You're not dropping this thing randomly in open water. You want structure, submerged logs, bridge pilings, the point where a creek mouth meets a larger body of water, the shaded edge of a drop-off. Fish don't cruise open water to eat. They hold near structure and wait for food to come to them. Your chum trail needs to drift from your bottle directly past that structure, right into their lane. On timing, dawn and dusk. Not because it sounds good, because water temperature at dawn and dusk sits closer to the range where bass and catfish metabolize fastest, typically between 65 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Their digestive systems are running hot. The feeding window is open. Drop your setup 20 minutes before first light, and your scent trail is already working when they start actively hunting. Now here is the thing that kills a perfect setup stone dead. This is the mistake that'll make you think the whole system doesn't work, when the system is actually fine and you are the problem. Bug spray, sunscreen, dish soap on your hands from rinsing your cooler. Any synthetic compound, DT, oxybenzone, fragrance chemicals, transfers from your hands to the rope, to the bottle, into the water. And fish detect synthetic compounds at the same parts per billion sensitivity they detect amino acids. Except those compounds aren't food signals. They're danger signals. They smell wrong on an evolutionary level. One touch with sunscreen-coated hands, and every fish in your chum trail turns and goes the opposite direction. The whole setup, $4.73, 48 hours of fermentation, perfect positioning, gone. Because of your hands. Rinse your hands with plain water before you touch anything. No soap, no lotion, water only. That's the whole fix. Now let me show you what next weekend actually looks like when you do all of this right. Picture it. You're at your spot 20 minutes before sunrise. Bottles already in the water. Scent trails drifting. Hands are clean. By the time your partner shows up with his $400 rod and his $38 spray that's half empty, you've already got 3 on the bank. You're not lucky. You just know something he doesn't. The ebook link is in the description. High-level fishing, the water game, $14.92 right now. It's the natural next step if you want to take what you learned here and apply it to every kind of water you fish. And I want to hear from you right now. Drop a comment below. What species are you going after with this setup? Bass? Catfish? Crappie? Bluegill? Tell me what you're fishing for and where you're at. I read every single one. Subscribe and hit the bell. Because the next system I'm dropping makes this one look simple. And I'm not exaggerating.